Welcome back to Grassroots Media, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Gregory Contracting and Excavating Billy Kaylor Show, where we cover everything on the Black Hole with Chuckey-Doak Black Knight football team. As always, I'm joined here with Black Knight's head coach Billy Kaylor. We're actually on the Black Hole this time.
That's right, that's right.
Feeling good outside today, feeling more like fall. It's
That's
crazy
right.
to think that this Sunday, will it be October 1st?
Yep.
It does not feel like the season's gone by that quick,
No.
but here we are, already halfway done with the season. Picked up another win on Friday night.
Yep.
Traveled over to Newport, got a 26-21 win over Cocke County. How did that feel leaving that place with a win?
No, it felt really good. You know, it was their homecoming and a 5A school, and I thought we came out fairly ready to play, and for the most part, played pretty well.
One thing that I didn't know that it was their homecoming. Does it feel any sweeter walking off of their field with a win on their homecoming?
Yeah, it does. Anytime you take a road trip middle of the year, you kind of expect to be on somebody's homecoming. But, we were homecoming for Pigeon Forge, homecoming for Cocke County, going to be homecoming this week for Claiborne. So, you always want to win your homecoming, so it kind of gives the kids an extra kick when they know somebody's picked them to be the homecoming.
I think I'm going to start naming you all the homecoming spoilers.
Well, I'll take it.
Because if you beat Claiborne this week, that's 3 weeks in a row you will have spoiled
That's right.
a homecoming
Be 3-0
game.
in homecoming game. Be pretty
That's
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
You'll be 4-0 in your homecoming game too.
I hope so, yeah.
Or you could spoil your own homecoming game.
Yeah.
You would be the true homecoming spoilers then.
Let's hope not.
No, let's not jinx that into existence.
That's right.
But let's talk about that game over Cocke County. Take us through that night. It was a game where you gained the early lead, never really gained a comfortable lead over them, but you were able to preserve it in the fourth quarter with an interception late. Talk about that whole night.
Well, we started off a little bit slow offensively. We moved the ball some, but kind of stalled. Marco Rojas came up with a couple of big kicks for us, which is great. He's a great kicker. Hadn't really got a chance to showcase his leg in the field goal game, but did a good job Friday night for that. Really defensively, I thought we played really, really well until late in the game. We kind of forgot our keys a little bit and gave up a big kickoff return there at the end of the half and set them up for a short field. But besides that, played pretty well early.
308 yards of total offense, too. I think you had 3 different scorers on offense. You had Brock Rush getting in on a receiving touchdown,
Yep.
and then Brazen Mervin actually got in on 2 touchdowns. So you had 2 different with both of your explosive athletes getting in there. What was working on offense for you guys?
Well, we did some spread stuff, which was kind of new for us, and that kind of opened up some stuff. We felt like we kind of found something there and stayed with it late in the game. We threw the ball a little bit better than we have been, and we're effective running the football. So I thought we were pretty good overall offensively.
One thing that I mentioned last week with a different coach that I even talked about Saturday morning that I want to talk about with you is some people don't realize how important it is to have a good field goal kicker on your squad.
Oh, man.
And that became true for you guys on Friday night. Without both of Marcos's 2 field goals, you might lose that game 21-20. You don't know how it turns out if you don't have a field goal kicker in that situation. Those fourth down plays could maybe not go your way. So talk about how important it is to have him on your squad and to have somebody that can kick field goals that you're comfortable putting out there.
I mean, a good kicker is a weapon regardless of what you're doing. He's done a great job on kickoff all year. He kicks the ball deep, gives us a chance to cover really well. Did a pretty good job, minus 2 returns all year, really, of covering kickoffs well. And then, you have some confidence to put him out there. He's got a bigger leg even than he showed Friday night. So to put him out there and know you can come away with points. The old coaching adage is if you win every drive, finish every drive with a kick, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Whether it's a punt, kickoff, or a field goal, extra point, then you're in pretty good shape. And we were able to do that with field goals, so that was nice.
It's fun to watch a lot of his kickoffs, too. They do go for touchbacks a lot of times.
Oh, yeah, he's got a big leg.
He's got a booming leg. It's fun to watch.
If we had to play so much corner and receiver, he'd probably even be even better.
That's also true. Talk about Nick's game also. He had a really good game. 12 of 20, 194 yards, 2 touchdowns. I don't think you've seen him have a game where he's had upwards of 200 yards in a game. I know he had 1 earlier in the year. And you saw it again on Friday night. Talk about his maturity that he's having going through his senior year.
Well, what I was so proud of him for Friday night was not just the yardage, because that can be kind of deceptive. Sometimes you can make one good throw or a short throw and receiver makes a big play and it looks a little different than the actual throw. He really, for the most part, threw the ball well, not just long. He threw some short stuff really well. It took him a minute to get settled in, but once he did, he threw the ball on the move well. We sprinted out there late in the half, and kind of in a hurry-up situation, threw the ball toward the sideline well, made really good reads for the most part. and I thought he did a better job of staying in the pocket, even when he was getting pressured. So he really matured Friday night.
Over halfway through the season now. I think you're standing at, is it 5-1 now?
Yep.
Correct on the season.
Yep.
5-1. Got an important region game coming up this week.
Yep,
Already got
game.
one out of the way over Pigeon Forge. Now you take another long road trip up to Claiborne County. Was Newport as bad as advertised?
No, it was a fun atmosphere. It was a fun atmosphere. It wasn't too bad. Those guys were really nice and welcoming, and like I said, it was a fun atmosphere.
I want you to see how rowdy Newport fans can get sometime.
Oh yeah, we'll try to get down there and see it.
I don't know if there's any video footage we can show, or if we need to get you out to a specific football or basketball game, but they can get rowdy down there. But I respect it. I mean, some people don't like it, but you got to respect fans that are that loyal to their teams and
Absolutely.
that loyal to their team or their schools and athletic programs. But
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and put a cap on the first half of this video, moving up to 5-1 on the season. Got an important game against Claiborne, that we'll talk about right after the break here on Grassroots Media.
Pizza Inn's new Right Way Buffet is open and ready for you and your family. Now with new garlic buttery crust and stuffed crust pizza, along with salads and desserts. It's the best part of your day. The all-day, everyday buffet. Only at Pizza Inn Greenville.
Tommy's Plumbing has provided professional plumbing services to the residents of Greenville, Tennessee for over 30 years. Our experience and reputation have helped us grow our business to add locations in Jonesboro, Tennessee. Tommy's Plumbing is local and family owned, and we offer a full line of plumbing services, such as kitchen faucet, shower faucets, commodes, and bathroom faucets, as well as drain cleaning. We also provide outside plumbing work, such as septic and sewer drain cleanouts, as well as repair and replace. Tommy's Plumbing pretty much does it all. Tommy's Plumbing is licensed, bonded, and insured. Our quality workmanship and passion to provide our clients with expert service is second to none. We guarantee we have the best warranty around. For all your plumbing needs, give Tommy's a call at 638-3662.
Welcome back to Grassroots Media, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Gregory Contracting and Excavating Billy Kaylor Show, where we cover everything in Lower Afton with the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights. As always, I'm joined here with Black Knights head coach Billy Kaylor. Did I shake your hand in the first half?
Yeah.
Okay, making sure. I couldn't remember if I did or not. I didn't want to disrespect you and not shake your hand.
No, you're good.
Taking another long road trip this week.
Yep.
Going up to Claiborne County, facing the Bulldogs in a highly competitive conference matchup. It's a team that a lot of people get surprised by at times. I know a couple years ago, I think Chuckey-Doak struggled with Claiborne to where it wasn't the game that you expected in the first half. What do you have to do in order to go in here this time and take that early lead and take control early?
Well, you got to stop the outside veer. I mean, I told the guys today before practice, it's these teams, doesn't matter what they look like on film. It's a split back veer. It works for a reason. You got to be super disciplined defensively, and all it takes is one or two where you're not, and all of a sudden they rip one on you for 60. Or they, you get to where you can't stop the outside veer. You start trying to bite on that dive, and all of a sudden they're out the gate on you, and you're in bad shape. And they're well coached. Coach Mellon over there does a good job. So we talked a lot about just playing sound defense and controlling the line of scrimmage offensively.
Tell us what you expect to see out of their offense from what you've seen on film so far.
They're going outside veer. They're going to ride. They're going to run midline. They're going to run
more
some
run
lead
heavy
option. Yeah, they're an option team. Now they've done a fair bit of stuff throwing the football this year in terms of some flood stuff, some vertical routes, and made some hay doing it. They've got some guys who can tote it over there. So we got to be really clean defensively this week. Defensively
for them, what do you think they're going to throw at you to try to limit your attack on offense?
It looks like they're a 3-4 team, and they're going to be really sound. Sometimes you see a team that does a lot of movement defensively, and sometimes they do that to cover deficiencies. They're well coached. They're going to be sound. So we're going to have to play clean offensively to take advantage of what we want to in the run game and the passing game. Make the right reads and put the ball where it's supposed to be on time.
So you're moving into another regional contest this week. I think every single game on the rest of your schedule is a regional game at this point.
Yep.
You got Pigeon Forge out of the way. You're sitting at 1-0. Could go up to 2-0 with this win over Claiborne.
Yep.
How important would that be for you to move up to 2-0 on the season?
Man, it's huge. You always want to, goal-wise, this team's won. These seniors have won two region championships in their careers. You'd love to have a chance to add a third, and you can't do that in a 5-team region if you don't win region games. If you're in an 8-team region, you got a little more play, but in a small region like this, you got to win them. So it's a big game for us, especially being on the road, that far of a road trip, and it's region, and it's homecoming. All those things add up to a pretty good challenge.
Moving up to 2-0 also, you start to think about hosting a little bit more too, because you gain 2 wins and you kind of feel more comfortable in the sense that you might make the playoffs. But then you get up to 2-0, you add another win, you start thinking, hey, we could host again for the 3rd year in a row.
Yeah, and I mean, anytime you can obviously make the playoffs is great. But when you start getting to host playoff games consistently, then you start building tradition, and that's pretty cool. So it would be great to be able to bring a playoff game here. But we tell our kids it's the most important game's the next one, because the Black Knights are playing. So this next one, Claiborne's the most important one on the schedule right now.
I got to go 1-0 every week.
That's right.
What are your 3 keys to success that you need to carry out this week against the Bulldogs?
We got to be really sound defensively in terms of who's doing what, who plays dive, who plays quarterback, who plays pitch. You start messing those up, and then it's going to be a long night. Got to be sound up front offensively. And we're expanding some stuff package-wise offensively. So if we can be crisp and clean in some of our newer spread stuff, then I think we got a pretty good chance.
Going on the road is this the 3rd week in a row now?
3rd week in a row. I'll be glad to give them buses a rest.
Yeah, you'll be glad to paint this field again, I'm sure, at some point.
Fact, yeah.
I thought about that walking out here. I was like, wow, they really haven't played at home in a while, because as you see, you really can't tell where the 50, the 40, and the 30 is, because you've not played at home in so long.
Yeah, it's been too long.
Yeah, it's been too long, but the good news is the last part of your schedule should just be a home stretch, correct? Besides that Gatlinburg-Pittman game?
No, we're GPs at home.
It is, 3rd year in a row.
Johnson County, then at Unicoi, then GP at home. So we'll finish up. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We'll finish up 2 of the next 4 will be at home.
That's a good thing, though.
That's right.
You like to have some, at least, home games at the end of the year instead of having all your home games on the front end of your schedule, because that's tough being the Road Warriors at the end of the year.
Sure is, man. Everybody gets tired.
Yeah. Good news is, though, you keep winning these regional games. You get another home game at the end of the year. Keep winning those. You keep getting more.
That's right.
Hopefully come back here and talk about another win next week. But until next time, appreciate you sitting down and talking to me again. We got out on the field this time. It's a pretty day. But this Friday night, 7:30 kickoff.
Yes, sir.
Homecoming, roughly 7 o'clock prior to kickoff. So if you're a Chuckey-Doak fan or a Chuckey-Doak supporter, go out and support them at Claiborne County on Friday night. This has been this week's edition of the Gregory Contracting and Excavating Billy Kaylor Show. Look forward to seeing you next time here on Grassroots Media.